How do you copy a layout you love without completely losing your own style? Welcome back to another Scraplift Crafternoon. Today we are diving into a Scraplift challenge using the 70-30 rule. That means 70% of this page stays true to the gorgeous original design that you just saw, but 30% is my own creative twist. And you know me, I can never keep it flat. To hit the 30% mark, I'm loading this page up with a mountain of die cuts, tons of fussy cutting, and a bit of a messy mixed media magic to completely transform the texture. Will the original design survive my love for heavy layering, or will the 30% take over? Let's find out. Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and once again I am lifting along with the crew. Tara organises it every week for us, and we are busy. You can see that we are lifting an amazing layout from the very talented young scrapper that we're following this time, and you can find all her deets down below. That's Stephanie from Southern Charm Scraps. As you already saw, I added in some splatters with my white ink. Well, it's not actually ink, it's paint that I've mixed with water to thicken it up. And I've put that over to the side to dry. And now I'm just layering up these dies that I cut. They're a bit like a doily with the scalloped edge, and then I've put in my plaid which I need for my design, and you would have seen at the very beginning a quick little sneak peek and get a vibe for the country feel of it. So to zhuzh up the die cuts here, I'm just going to add in my faux stitching, and I'm actually doing it first up, and the reason I'm doing that is because I've got time, because I've got to allow the mixed media paint to dry on the background before we can actually work with it. And as you can hear in my house, all of the animals seem to be going wild tonight for whatever reason. So I do apologise for Ivy barking in the background and Jack calling out from his cage because it's getting too dark for him. So the faux stitching here just adds that little bit of extra detail to the doily or the circles, and this is where my creativity comes in. I didn't want a flat circle. I also did not go with a sport theme. I looked at this layout for a while and I was unsure as to what I was going to do, and then I thought to myself, I can't do a sport one. A, I don't have sport photos, and B, what am I going to do that's going to actually work? And then I remembered these photos from when we went to Boots and Beats recently, and my girlfriend and my daughter were line dancing, and I took these photos of them line dancing. So that's what we went with. I've gone with a bit of a country vibe with the plaid there. I've got them in the photos, as you can see here. So that's my daughter at the front, my girlfriend behind. She's my partner in crime that who got me into scrapbooking to start with, and you know, we travel together, we have a great time together. So, you know, who else would I have on my page? All right, so it's a little bit wet still, so I've just dried up that excess. You can see that white on the denim there, so it's like their jeans, which is great. It's coming with that full country vibe for them. And I'm just going to mat it onto cream cardstock border because I just wanted to bring the cream into the layout just to give it that lift, and because the background is so deep as well. I like doing it one edge at a time, that way I won't get the ripple in it and it'll just sit flat against my layout. All right, now when I die cut these, two of the dies didn't cut smoothly, so I'm going to put those ones to the bottom because they'll get covered by the photos and you won't see it. And you can just see how this is going to match beautifully with the colours in the photo. Now, just playing around here, getting the placement correct, and I actually switched the photos around so that you don't see those extra people in the photo, but you get the idea that they were line dancing. I'm just going to place this down because I'm already done all the prep. As you saw, it makes it so much easier to pull this layout together. Now, you can, like I said, wholeheartedly do it as a sport one, as the original. It had softballs, I believe, or baseballs, and then I've just changed it around a little bit, and you could do anything really. The design is so versatile. I can't wait to watch the rest of the crew, Tara and all of the other ladies. There's 10 of us when we play all together, and they will all be different, I can guarantee you that. So this is the beauty of scraplifting. You can just make it your own, see the original and then work on it. Now I use dies here to cut my tickets. I'm so excited that I'm using my dies. These were nested ticket ones that I got from scrapbook.com. They are fantastic. First time I've used them. I think I'll be using them lots more because I just love how clean they cut. They are just amazing. So I'm just layering those in pretty much the same place as the original, and that's great. But my tickets, of course, don't have any printing on them. I could have run them through the printer and put some on there, but I didn't want to. I just wanted them there. Now, this is where I'm going to vary a little bit. I'm putting my title in the same place. Once again, sorry about Jack screeching in the background, but, you know, that's what happens when you have a house full of animals. Now, I'm looking here through my letters because I was sure I had cut them all out, and I might just need to duck off to go and cut in another letter. I found the 0 or the O, so that's a plus, but I can't find my T. So, oh no, there it is. And I actually went off and I cut another one. I'm telling you a story. I had to go and cut another T because I lost it. So I'm just putting down all of the bits here. As you see, that little dot there on the end of the exclamation mark is annoying me. So I've gone and got my pointer to help me do it. I'm moving all the letters across so they fit into that space nicely. So far, I've kept pretty close to the colours in the photos, and that's really making them stand out, and that's very important. Now, here's where I'm varying a little bit. I have to put in some clustering to it. I need a little bit of zhuzhing, so I'm adding in the 2 different sets of boots, and I'm adding in some cactus in the background to support the boots so they're not just sitting there. And then I've cut these hearts, and the layout that I did the other day, I had that excess arrow, so now it's finally going onto a layout, so that's another one being used. So you never waste anything, you just use it differently. I'm finishing off with my 3 sets of Nuvo drops in 3 strategic places to set up my visual triangle, as you can see here, and that's always really important, getting that balance right, because I want the photos to be the center, and this allows the eye to naturally draw around, and this is very important. So you can see the original up there in the top left hand corner, and now you can see mine, and you can see how I kept pretty much the same structure, 70% of it, and then I added the creativity of my own by changing the whole topic, of course, and building in some clustering as well. Just writing in that it was Camden Boots and Beats, and it was this year. It was a great event, and my daughter and my friend had a great time, you know, boot scooting. I did boot scoot for a little while, but I got my new glasses that week, and I got seasick because I went from straight one to a multifocal, and I did not cope well at that stage. I'd be fine now because I'm used to it, but then I wasn't. What do you reckon? Good or not? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you've got to say about this one. How much did I stay to the 70% and then apply the 30%? Which part do you like the best? Do you like the mixed media, or do you like all the die cuts? Do you like the fussy cut elements that went into this as well, or what is it that really stood out for you? Leave me a comment down below. You know I'm going to get back to you. Thank you for coming and playing along this week. If you'd like to have a go, don't forget, this is always up in my channel and over on my Facebook page where you can go and see the close-ups. And here they are, just boot scooting for you. And my daughter is the most unco, and she at least had a go. So I was very proud of her because she normally says she wants to do, but she just doesn't get it, and she's got no rhythm at all. But they were having a great time, boot scooting away. And next time, that's what you should be doing, is having some fun with your crafting and enjoying. And even if you're not great at it, still have a go at it. Here's my next video for you. Catch you there real soon. Don't forget that big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. Stay creative and see you next Sunday.